Good evening, guys. So let me start with the pre-market note. Like here. So I'm going to scroll down, right, and you can read through it. And if you really want to understand what I had written here, right, you have to watch my first video, right, my regular video. Then you will know what is going on and what to expect, right? And then you can look at the Mbox video, But overall, I was expecting neutral to neutral update, similar to yesterday. Yesterday also I was expecting, right? So by expecting these things, it will allow you to set up the stage, or set up a trading plan ahead of price activity or opening price activity, So because neutral to neutral update means it's a choppy day. So if you know that day is going to be like that, you can be prepared well in advance how to trade those kind of days, right? So that's why it is important. And if you know that possibility is kind of a trend up day or trend down day, then also you can be ready, for the entries, at the right from the go, something like that. But it is important that you understand, and also I talked about importance of 37, 87, 93, and during live environment of the open I talked about importance of 4000 to 4006 area and 39, 69 area, all these things, right? So you have to watch my first video in order to understand all these things. And then so now let's go through the Mbox, right? So really when the day is I'm expecting neutral, right, or neutral up, neutral down, I really don't like to look at Mbox, because in that case it wouldn't give me a proper signal usually, unless I have to dig through it, right, or I have to change the time frames and all these things. But anyway, I'll show you the trades. So before that, so these are the comments, before in my pre-market notes, right around 7 o'clock when I published my notes, right? These were the comments, because by that time this thing was not happened. Okay, so the notes were preferred buyers area and sellers to keep it below. So this line was a preferred buyers area to keep it above and below, and also same line for sellers, right? So if really buyers want to be active, they have to defend this area right of the open, and this was the backup buyers area. Okay, and below, if price goes below this, then more sellers will be active, so that was the note. And here also similar thing. About this 37, overnight buyers are active, sellers to keep it below. Overnight buyers backup area is this 14 or so, and break below, 23, and break below this 17, 14 area, sellers will be active. That was the notes given to the members. Okay, so now let's look into this, right? So this line here, around this 521, which is right around here, see that 521, right? ES also same thing, 37, preferred area, right? So when preferred area, when price launches a move from preferred area and buyers couldn't hold this area, a sell-off may come, possibility is there, right? But anyway, so I was not here, but this is due to CPI news, right? The way it happened from right levels, and here also, and then price just shoots down, right? So by the time I was dropping my kid at school, so by the time I came back, price was right here, at the low end. So by looking at this only, the day is screwed up pretty much, But anyway, I'm not going to talk about here the bias and all these things, right? This video is for Mbox, so I'm going to forget. It's hard to do all these things, without knowing the bias and all these things. But it's kind of a blind trading. But I'm here to explain Mbox, right? So these things, right? Even before this thing happened, right? You can see there are deltas 272, 122, 35, right? It's reducing, correct? At the same time, you can see the bullish algo here also, right? And if you total it up, buyers have a more delta here, right? So that's why this move is not easy to capture. That means you have to let it go. It is that simple, you know. But after that, this move tells you something that, hey, sellers have an immediate control. So if at the open, if you see an opportunity, you have to short, you know. But at the same time, the way it happened, there will be a reversal action may happen too. That means buyers can take it back higher too, you know. So you have to know all this thing in advance, you know. So anyway, I took this short right here, not in NQ, but at the same time in ES, right from 4,000, because we discussed in Discord right before the open in our morning voice commentary. We discuss about the importance of 4,000, you know. That's why I took this short in 4,000, you know. But based on Mbox, right, there was no short here. Why not short? Because of this imbalance, right? So no short here, right? Anyway, imbalance came after the bar close, right? But when it was happening, you can't short. There was no signal. There was no signal here, so you can't short, right? But when the bar closed here, you see this selling dot, right? X control dot, and it closed with 59 and bullish imbalance. That was the time to go long based on Mbox, you know, not here. Mostly Mbox folks, right? Usually all the Mbox users will go long here, probably, you know, by looking at this dot, this delta, all this thing, right? And then imbalance, and then this buying came in, this buying came in, right? This is flip, then they will go long here, right? So, but if you don't know how the day is gonna shape up, then this is a risky long. But anyway, this was a valid long, right? But this was a better long right from here. You know, you need to know all this thing in advance while it was happening. Now, so we knew that, so I took the long in SIM account in 69, right? Because I don't want to fade it against this down move, right? So, but the short I took it in real account, but this long I took it in SIM because it was purely, it was Mbox setup here, right? And also 69, we talked about it, the importance of 69, right, in our pre-market note. So it was from the levels, right? So that's why, but forget about the levels, but at least based on Mbox, this was a long right here, you know, right here at 4,004, and the NQ's long was 341, right? I'm not talking about my levels here, right? So based on Mbox, this was a long, right? And then you manage it. So you put your stop, let's say here, right? 144 to 339, right? Even based on the risk reward in a bearish overall context, it does not make sense to go long at 345 with stop at 160, right? It was almost 150 point stop. So it does not make sense to go long here unless you are shooting for higher target around 750, 600 or so, you know? If you are targeting those targets, and if you think price wants to go there, then yes, you can buy it. Otherwise, I would say you have to try to buy it from here, you know? But before that, you have to know all this picture. Yes, same damn thing here, you know, similar situation, right? So there was a long, but you have to avoid it, you know. Either you go from long here, not from here. It's risky proposition, okay? So, but let's say for our example, you go long here and you put your stop there, right? And you are assuming, let's say you're targeting 600 or 700 based on risk reward, right? ES also you are targeting, let's say 90 or 87, right? Then 149 here, it's all good, right? But look at this, when you took this long, look at this delta, barely higher. So that's your warning sign, like mini warning sign, right? Not everything is lining up here, okay? Same thing with NQ also, okay? So, but then what happened? Price came down, right? Minus 44, something is off, delta is flipped, right? But here there is no selling, right? So you hold it. Then it went higher, try to go higher, and here you can see plus 26. So immediately this thing is gone, right? Delta is reduced. And this is also, you know, look at this buying. And then look at this selling came in, right? So here also, yes, similar situation, right? So here 165 28 at the new high, less delta, and look at the buying is gone, right? So basically I'm saying no follow through, right? So here there was a long setup, but then no follow through. That means you bail out. Even though let's say you go long aggressively here, you have an opportunity to bail out here at break even, right? But let's say you are greedy and you want to hold it, because while looking at +9 here, right, and now delta is also coming, but you realize there is no buying here, but let's say you are still greedy and you want to hold it, maybe price is trying to fool you, right? So fine, you hold it. Then what happened? Another this bar, and look at this, -5. Now definitely you want to get out, and you can even short here based on this divergence, assuming that now price wants to go down because there is no buying. No buying here, no buying here. It's gone. You can even short right here. Now we can short because we know our levels were there, right? So but for you, you have to read all this thing. No? For me it's easy because my level is there and I can see all these activities, right? So I know there is a weakness, so I can short. See my point? So by the way, that was this level, this level. Dream numbers are very, very powerful, right? And I know this is below seller's area, so I can easily short here if I want to, right? But anyway, I was done by this 942. I took this 4,000 this 4,000 to 69, like what, 30 points in what, in almost 10 minutes, and I was out. I just went outside for my gardening stuff, right? So, and then I went out at 10 o'clock, so I watched this also. I played this long also, from 69 to 30, sim account. That was on sim. And then I went outside for gardening, right? But anyway, so by looking at this, right, this was a short setup here by looking at all these things. But let's say delta is bothering you. Let's say this delta is bothering you, let's say, right? But then looking at this now, you should be ready to short, or you wait for a price to take out all this garbage, then you short, right? So that short attempt came up here, right? Look at this. It took out these things, but look at no selling. So you avoid it. Then price went higher, right? But then look at it. Delta is down, no buying here, right? And then you see this thrust coming down again, right? And then somebody even bought it here, right here. See that? And then look at the buying. Even less buying than this. Negative delta, right? And then you see another thrust down. See, this is a sign now. Whoever bought it here, they got trapped. With this bar, you are ready to short. And now you have official breakdown here. The moment you see slight pause here, while you are seeing this developing, you short right there. And expect that more selling will come. Because now these guys are trapped definitely from here. Both of these places, those buyers. So now you short based on Mbox, NQ short was right here at the same time, which is, sorry, this was NQ short, right? So ES was similar situation right here. Similar situation, see that? Attempt, right? No selling, and it was quite similar to this low, right? And then, but you see the delta here, -154, right? So more selling is going on, right? But not enough breakdown, right? And not enough selling. Then price popped back up, right? And then it came down, right? Here final attempt, another X control dot at the same places. That means sellers are aggressive now, And before that, you see this. See? More selling compared to all of this. Here also, see that? Everything is gone. More selling, right? So this was the sign. Then follow through. You short, right here. 4,000, right? And you're a pullback, I'll go also at the same time, right? And you're -12 or something here. Now you short and expect that price will follow through, because buyers have tried it here, they failed. Simple, right? And then you just manage it. I'm not gonna talk to you about how to manage all this damn thing, right? Because overall it's a garbage price range, screwed up price action, right? But then at least you know where to take entries, right? And then you just manage it, and then that be all. So easy peasy trade today. You just have to just watch it very carefully, patiently, and you can find your trades at the good location and at the right time. And that be all for today.